What's up, y'all? Polo motivation, bro. Yesterday I was talking to somebody, and this individual, real dope individual, man. Um, been through a lot in his life, had his fair share of adversity, struggling with some health issues. At this point in time, some life altering issues, um, and hasn't quite been able to keep these solidarity in his life. He's not maintaining a level head, and he felt like everybody had turned his back on him. When things weren't going as planned or great, so to speak. And that's what this is what Polo Motivation today is about, man. Uh, man, in life, man, it it's easy to do things when you're achieving, right? And when you've accomplished your dream or you're doing something in your life that uh, that you want to do because you desire better. But then you end up experiencing some things in your life uh, when it comes to people, uh, and it's going to be a terrible feeling when those who you thought were your friends, your loved ones, people closest to you, they don't value your effort, and more importantly, they pretend that they love what you do, and they're fake and they're phony. It might be even be your significant other. It might be even be your wife or whatever, and you feel like they close the door on you and turn their back on you. Um, Listen, you have to know exactly the underlying issue why people do that, and you have to know what the real reason why they're doing that to you, why they're closing the door on you, why they turning their back on you, and it's mainly due to the fact that you're attempting to accomplish something that they probably have never even thought of. You're actually accomplishing goals that they wish that they could do or whatnot, and you have to know how to respond to that. You often look at these athletes and these entertainers and these people that are successful, not just athletes and entertainers, but people in different lines of business. Shoot, even illegal people that are doing, involved in illegal activity or whatever, they might be successful too. And then when you obtain a certain level of a popularity and a popularity gain, a woman or a man in your particular position will end up having actually you'll create more enemies than you do friends, and you might end up even having frenemies, because that's really what it is too, is frenemies, because you have people that used to be your friends or whatever, and now they want to pretend, and they want to turn their back on you, and they want to pretend as if they actually support you when they actually don't. They want to see your demise, and they want to see negative stuff happen to you. They sleep good at night knowing that something bad is going to take place to you. Now, this is what you need to do in order to combat that. If people have turned their back to you, all right, and it's a couple things. It's not. It's you don't have to have a whole big old list of 100 things to do when people turn their back on you. Man, just make it really simple and really sweet. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody trying to write a big ass list on what to do. But some of y'all people don't know how to react to that. You get your emotions involved, especially if you're a man. You get your emotions involved if people turn their back on you. You know, on in anything in life, social media, this YouTube outlet shit. Some of y'all take that shit too personal, and people are gonna turn their back on you regardless. You might as well get prepared for it. And more importantly, some of y'all don't know how to do this. You better embrace it. Ric Flair that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, the first thing you got to do, man, don't take that shit personal. Don't take that shit personal. Take it as business. Take it as business. Look, uh, you have to approach life like a business. And I know some people gonna come to me. Well, it's easier said than done, Polo. You ain't never been through that, or you never experienced it. No, no, get the fuck out of here. I probably experienced 10 times more than you, and then some, and going through some shit right now. But like I said, you can't let that shit get to you, because it feels too personal. Feels too personal. And it's an unfortunate fact that the majority of people that are raised with a particular they're conditioned with a certain mindset, meaning that they can only see what's inside of their particular environment. Anything outside of their environment is pretty much a fucking fantasy to them. And this is why whenever you tell your friends or your loved ones about um your ambitions, or your goals, or what they want to do, 9 times out of 10 people are gonna sweep whatever you say under the carpet, and you'll get a lot more doubters than you will supporters. And they'll say that, man, you living in a fantasy world. Like, for instance, you tell people, well, hey, I want to accomplish this, I want to get this done, hey, would you like to be a part of it? They don't have confidence in their motherfucking self, but you do. You know what to get it done. You striving to get it done. You might be telling people about what you want to do. You might want to you know, build a gym, which is something that I plan to do, right? But people are not going to jump on and latch on and ride your coattail until the shit actually gets done, and they actually start seeing fruits of the labor. And guess what? Then they want to have some of your fruit or whatever. And then your mentality is going to be like, you know what, man, you never was with me anyways. From the beginning, you turned your back on me when I tried to approach you with the plan to try to execute it, and you didn't want to listen. Now you have the audacity to show up now that I'm blowing up, you know? Now it's less up to you whether or not you want to go ahead and you want to let that people let those people or that person be a part of what you're doing or whatever. But 9 times out of ten in the society that we live in right now, 9 times out of ten, so many people are used to stabbing each other in the back and getting back at each other, or being revengeful type, that they're gonna be like, well, nah, fuck that nigga, or fuck that bitch, or fuck this person, or fuck that person, even to their family members. And it's a harsh thing, but it's a harsh reality. But unfortunately, that's the society that we live in. So, like I said, man, don't take that shit personal. People, 9 times out of 10, man, people are not gonna want to be around you, what you're doing, hear what you have to say, do what you want to do, or do the things that you want to do, unless it benefits them, right? Unless they have something that they could take from you or whatever. When you going through a down point and there's nobody around or something like that, it's lonely at the top and it's lonely at the bottom, you know. And you have more people stabbing you in your back when you at the top and when you at that mountain than you do when you at your lowest point, when you at that pit, you know. And what you have to do is not take it personal. Look, if people don't want to hear you, if people like, oh my God, here we go, stuff like that, fuck them. Because you're not running me, you're not in my brain, you don't have my teeth, you don't have my eyes, you don't have my nose, you don't have my hands, you don't have my height, you don't have nothing of you that looks like me, meaning that you are your own fucking person. Okay? So don't take that shit personal. Learn to be able to move the fuck on. Some of y'all don't know how to do that shit. You're like, well, why are you being so harsh and stuff like that? That's the type of mentality that you have to have. Listen, man, this world is cold, it's nasty, it's ugly, it's deceptive, it's a lot of greed, jealousy. People have their own intention, and 9 times out of 10, these people have the intention to destroy you. So you have to arm yourself. But now, always remain humble, always remain, um, how should I say it? Always remain level-headed, and always keep cool, and remain calm and composure, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll take your kindness for weakness. A lot of people want to latch on, you know what I'm saying? Some people will come around you just to tell you what another particular person said, or what another person is doing or saying about you, or talking this behind your back, or saying that or something like that, just to see how you react or whatever. And they'll get mad because you don't feed into that shit. Well, that's part of the beauty of not giving a fuck. But see, y'all don't find the beauty in not giving a fuck. Y'all give a fuck, and you have to go dig deep into that. Oh, well, who's talking about me? Who said that about me? Who's stabbing me in the back? Who turned their backs on me? Man, da 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 da. Man, you have got to move the fuck on. Salute, Big Who, I see you in the building. You got to move the fuck on. You know, if you don't feed into it, guess what? That makes it harder for them. That you'll be a hard shell to crack if you let uh, if you don't let people get to you or dictate what you're doing or play your chessboard. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't take that shit personal. Listen, if they turning their backs on you, you got to be like, well, I expected that shit. If they talking about you, hey, be like, man, I expected that shit. Ain't no big deal. Because guess what? As I've said time and time again, guess who's gonna take care of that? The universe. The universe gonna take care of that. So listen, don't take that shit personal. Just keep pushing forward. Now, another thing is, man, you got to stop seeking motherfuckers' validation. Stop seeking, stop seeking people's approval. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that dream and will tell you that they've never accomplished their goals, because someone close to them had already smashed it before you even got started. Listen, the reality of it is that those people that were dreamers and had goals, they allowed their goals to be destroyed. I want you to let this marinate in your brain, okay? If you allow anyone to kill your plan, your ambition, it's because you are trying to please that motherfucker. And that's what they want you to do. Listen, you got to stop being a people pleaser. Stop worrying about what people say. Stop being a people pleaser. Nigga, you got to please your motherfucking self. You females out there, y'all got to please yourself. But that's in the female's nature. That's in the female's nature. They want attention. They want to see. They want to be seen. The vast majority of females want to be seen as desirable. They want to be seen as beautiful. A man, if he's a beta male, you know what I'm saying. He cares what people think. He's seeking people's validation, shit like that. Um, he wants people to be seen as masculine or whatever. No, motherfucker, your ass need to know that you masculine. For you females, you need to know that you pretty. You need to know that you beautiful, and don't give a fuck what people got to say or whatever. And that's why your dreams get destroyed. That's why your plans. That's why you never make it. That's why you never able to accomplish what you able to accomplish or whatever. You say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Nah, you just talking. You just talking. I don't want nobody that's talking around me unless you gonna put some action behind it. And some of y'all don't know how to do that. All y'all, you rely on somebody else. I call them I call them people with reliance. They rely on somebody else to do this for them. They rely on somebody else to say this to them or whatever to get them going. You got to do that shit yourself, and you got to know that there's gonna be every person trying to shoot every type of ambition that you have down. You might want to be a rap artist or a hip hop artist or something like that, and they're telling you, well, that motherfucker that is, well into his, 30s or going into his 40s or whatever, he'd be like, nah, you might as well put the mic down or something like that. He probably just telling you that shit because he didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? And you have a whole different outlook. And if he see that it don't get to you, oh, that's gonna piss them off. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You want people not to get to you. Like, man, this motherfucker, man, hey, I can't get to that nigga. The greatest way to failure is by trying to please everybody else. Let them go and please your motherfucking self. You understand what I'm saying? Please yourself. Don't try to please nobody. Don't try to please your family. Don't try to please your wife. Don't try to please your husband. Don't try to please anybody. Don't try to please anybody because that's not being yourself. And I know you want to do good on your job. I know some of y'all want to have successful marriages and everything. Yeah, and I know it's harsh. I know people don't want to hear that. Some of y'all like, wow, I thought he was gonna come at a different angle. Hey, I'm not gonna tell you the stuff that you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you the stuff that you need to hear. Cause some of you need to hear this. Some of you need to hear this. Some of y'all always gotta have somebody around you. Hey, come on, reach out. Oh, reach out and touch it. Nah, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? We do. Look, I'm all for galvanizing. I'm all for having a team, but it's just going to be the reality that not everybody fit for a lot of people to be around them. You know what I'm saying? And you could be humble all day, and you could be humble spirited, and you know do everything that you can for people. You know, uh, philanthropy, yada yada yada. But if you spend your time trying to please everybody outside of yourself more, then guess what? It's gonna destroy you, and you're gonna wonder why you're not making it, and why people are turning their backs on you and stuff like that. Is because you're easily manipulative. Um, you're easily intimidated by other people. You got to stand firm on what you're doing, no matter what. Now, another thing is, man, is you need to stick to what you're doing. Okay. Um, y- your true test is gonna come when you all alone. Uh, this is gonna happen when you're working on your goals. While everybody else is having their fun, you have to understand that it's gonna be some time. Like, look, I'm at work right now. I'm at work right now. Somebody else might be out there, might be chilling, having fun, taking it easy, kicking their feet up and shit like that. Hey, they want you to kick their feet up with them. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be there with them relaxing. They want you to be there with them smoking, drinking, partying. You know what I'm saying? Getting you off focus and shit like that. Meanwhile, you're not understanding that not only is that being a detriment to what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish, guess what? You know what I'm saying? They're sitting there and they laughing at you because they be like, yeah, I got this dude where I want him, or I got this female where I want him. That's what the whole plan is. But see, if you're not doing what they want you to do, if you're not talking about the shit that they want to talk about, you on something else, you're thinking about something else or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're on a mission, you know what I'm saying? It's just like in the movie Blues Brothers, they said they're on a mission from God. That's the type of mission that you need to be on. And look, and it's comical, but it's real facts. You gotta act like you on a mission from God, or whoever your higher power is, who you worship. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they don't believe in God. You know what I'm saying? And they're not religious or whatnot, or they're not spiritual. But whatever it is, man, you got to be on a mission with the prime objective. And if you have more than one objective, then prime objectives, plural. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to stick to it. Um, you know, I remember there was a lot of people when I was trying to get something done, when I was trying to get something accomplished or whatever, they would try to get me to do the stuff that they wanted me to do or whatever. And I used to tell them, nah, if I needed to work out or whatever and needed to get my workout out of the way, yeah, as much as drinking and smoking and messing around with some females and stuff like that, as fun as that sounded, I knew that shit wasn't gonna make me evolve. Look, my whole mentality was take care of your work, take care of your business, get that shit out of the way. Then okay, then you can play. But see, there's a lot of motherfuckers that it was all work, no play. And those are the motherfuckers that you laughing at. Those motherfuckers that you laughed at in school and teased and clowned and called them a nerd and did this and did that. Guess what? They running successful businesses. These guys are architects, engineers, doctors, lawyers, making six figures or whatever. Meanwhile, you sitting there, you like, man, I can't do this. You over there angry on Facebook and stuff like that. You spend more time on Facebook and IG and spend more time on TikTok and all these other social media platforms or whatever than to take that energy and building yourself. And look, I know you know some of y'all want to build yourself up, for your brand and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking that or whatever, but just think about it. Is that brand getting you paid? 9 times out of 10, it's not. You know what I'm saying? You got to find something that's actually going to get you paid, that's going to get you successful, and more importantly, you got to love that. And people are going to try to destroy it. So just get ready for it. Get ready for it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to stick to what you are doing. Do not give in when they pressure you to slack off. You know what I'm saying? Don't give in, man. Don't fold by any means. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stick to your motherfucking guns and you gotta mean that shit. You gotta stand on your shit. Some of y'all don't stand on y'all shit. Some of y'all worry about a motherfucker, what they say and stuff like that, how people gonna react and all this other stuff. And you never get anywhere because you don't know what the fuck you doing. You don't know what you're doing and you don't have no confidence in yourself. You don't have no confidence in your know-how or your ability. You know, another thing is, man, it's just simple. Some of y'all probably not even gonna believe this, but you need to work harder. And not only work harder, work smarter. Work harder and work smarter, man. Look, if you pissed off because people have turned their backs on you or whatever, a, a thing that's therapeutic is to work even harder. They be like, man, you know what I'm saying? That nigga ain't even thinking about me, or that female, she not even thinking about you. That female probably not even thinking about you because you turned her back on you. Guess what? She over there, she moved on. You know, your loved ones, they're gonna doubt you, and the fact that your loved ones don't support you, and the fact that your loved ones don't take you seriously, that's all the motivation that you need to accomplish any fucking thing that you desire. You hear me? Having those ones that closest to you that turn their back on you, or people that used to support you, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? Social media, uh, here on YouTube, in a business, on your job, whatever. If they turn their motherfucking back on you or whatever, dog, man, keep on working harder and work smarter too, man. You know what I'm saying? You could work harder all day, but if you're not putting no intellect behind that shit, it don't mean shit. A lot of y'all keep on doing the same thing over and over, repeating your motherfucking self in that insanity mentality. Yeah, that's all great, but where is it taking you? And it's all the motivation that you need, like I said, to get you going. You know, having those closest to you turn their back on you, it should burn for the rest of your life. That should light a fire in you to never even blow that candle out. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world to prove people wrong, man. That's better than going out, you know what I'm saying? Getting revenge, beating somebody ass or trying to take somebody's life or something like that. Being the Listen, success is a destroyer, a destroyer of some people. You know what I'm saying? And you should be inspired to work as hard as you can, as smart as you can to make that a reality. But some of y'all don't do that. Some of y'all constantly worry and beat in the stuff, the negative stuff that people are saying, the negative stuff that people have done. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't know, you don't know how to react to motherfuckers telling you that you can't do this or you can't do that. Some of y'all don't know how to react. And some of y'all that are men, Y'all react like females. It's like a mentality. Y'all, you supposed to have a mentality of a wolf, not a sheep. And some of y'all sit there and you let people turning their back on you make you feel down, make you give up on what you're doing. Nah, don't do that. And matter of fact, what I'm saying, don't burn no candle. Hell, go down and go burn a rain. I mean, not a rainforest. Go burn the woods down. Is what I'm saying. That fire should be like extreme. Be like, oh, they don't want me, and don't let them see you angry. Don't let them motherfuckers see you angry. You know, you got to be humble when you try when you proving them wrong. Be humble about it. You know, listen, when you get success, when you get successful, don't tell nobody I told you so. I thought you said I couldn't do it. All this other stuff. Nah, because that pride comes before the fall, and if you're not careful, the the same people you meet, like when you coming up and when you down, they'll be back, and they'll be back to see you, staring at you while you looking up at them. They're staring at you while you down. Just stay humble, no matter what. Stay humble. A lot of y'all don't know what that is. A lot of y'all, you get humble pie and never can recover from it. A perfect example of that is when Canelo Alvarez knocked out Caleb Plant, right? And before that, Caleb Plant was talking all this shit about Canelo, disrespecting him to a level that, some of y'all couldn't react. And guess what he did? He just went out there, he took care of business or whatever, gave him the humble pie, even tried to commend him, even during the fight or whatever. And he was like, look, I'm still gonna knock your ass out. Now you rarely hear from that guy again. But before that, it was all that energy. Look, a lot of y'all do all this stuff and you don't keep that same energy. When you turning your back on somebody or whatever, listen, that says everything about you. When you trying to destroy a person, that says everything about you. When you trying to uh, you know assassinate a person's character, talk about a person, make that person look bad. Hey, that tells me everything I need to know about you. I don't want you. Listen, don't want you affiliated with me. Don't want you around me. It's just a fact. It's cold. It's harsh. It's lonely out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be some time. Like, look, you know, this is gonna be tough for some of y'all that have sensitive ears. But when you on your deathbed, you know, are those people gonna be there that turn their back on you? How many people are gonna show up to your funeral? How many people are gonna pick you up when you sick? But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all think about the peaches and cream only. That's the only thing you think about. Everything, it's not gonna be like that all the time. And some of y'all need a reality check. Some of y'all need a reality check. Uh, you know, people turning their back on you, you got to know how to react to that. What's up with it, Kevin Foster? I see you in the building. You got to know how to react, and your reaction should not even be what people expected. If if something negative happens to you or whatever, and people, their their whole intention is to throw you off and throw you off balance, to see, okay, well, how can I get Polo to react to this way, or react to that, and to say this or do this, and do that or whatever, and then they do the complete opposite. Guess what? You won the game. Now, meanwhile, there's gonna be other people there that's gonna be like, well, why didn't you do this, or why didn't you, say that back, or why didn't you retaliate, or why didn't you do this, or anything like that? It's because everything is taken care of. Your poise and composure alone, and you being humble, that's successful enough. And if they can't destroy that, you won. What's up with it, Be More Legend? I see you in the building. Absolutely. But it's motivation. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to fertilize your brain. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, arm you too. Not only, don't just be motivated by the shit though. You gotta be armed with this. You gotta be armed and equipped. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're going to go shoot a gun, you gotta know how to shoot that gun. You gotta know how to load the clip or load the magazine. You gotta know, um, when that thing, how to cock back that thing, and if it's ready to shoot. You gotta be able to know how to clean your gun. You gotta be able, it's essentials that you must know. Well, it's the same thing with life. You gotta be able to arm yourself. You gotta know what you're doing before you step in it. And some of y'all don't know what you're doing. Some of y'all don't know how to react in certain situations. You know, some of y'all don't like to be uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And some of y'all don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like me myself, I could gel with anybody in all walks of life. And hey, some people are gonna mesh with you. Some people aren't. Hey, that's fine. I'll let you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no big deal. Don't bother me. They turn your back on you, man. Hey, all right. I expected that. They talk about you, say a little silly shit. You know what I'm saying? That goes to show you. Guess what? You couldn't say, you couldn't say it to my face. You you had all this energy, but you couldn't come to me and say it. That goes to show you how much of a coward you is. That goes to show you how low down you were. That goes to show you how disloyal you was, anyways. I knew you was gonna do that underhanded, cutthroat stuff. I just knew it, and you could say that you were right about it. So yeah, it's motivation, and it's fertilization. I'm here to fertilize your brain. Some of y'all, y'all want me to sit here and tell you stuff that you want to hear all the time. Y'all don't want to hear nothing about life though. That's what you need to hear. But when you get on here, when you get on this YouTube or social media, your goal and your mindset is to really, to okay, look, I'm all for fun. I like to have fun. I think, like, as a human being, you should want to have fun. You should want to have fun in your life. You should want to have fun in your household, in your marriage, with your kids, with your wife, with your significant other. Don't nobody want no dull, boring life. And if you do, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's for you. I'm not with it. But also you need to be learning something. That's one of the things that, our people, that's what we suffer from. We don't want to learn anything. We don't want to crack open a book. You rather learn from stupid shit like Wikipedia, or just Googling everything, instead of actually opening up a book that actually has pages that was written, that's been documented, not some silly shit that you could put out on the internet, because you could put anything out there that's fabricated on the internet and then believe it. And see, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. Look, if somebody comes to you and says, okay, yeah, man, that person turned their back on you, that person talking about you, that person doing this, that person doing that, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go want to see that person. You probably gonna want to fight that person if um if you're from the streets and everything like that, and you loyal to your hood and all this other stuff. Then you want to take it to a whole nother level. Nah, don't do that, because guess what? That destruction that you doing, that confrontation that's coming and everything. Guess what? That's what they want to see. That's what they want to see in our society. They don't want to see African Americans sitting down like gentlemen, having a drink, discussing, okay, what can we do to make things better, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, you got a female out there that's not attractive. I want a nigga that's gonna do this. I want a nigga that do that. Oh, so you so motivated by the wet ass pussy, right? That you willing to go ahead and you willing to knock that dude off, or you willing to beat that dude's ass or something like that. All for the motivation of what? A female. A lot of y'all don't know that a lot of uh, a lot of downfalls of successful businesses, organizations, uh, groups, friendships happen what? Because of a female, because of deception. It's the truth. People, relationships are destroyed because of lust, because of desire. Fire and desire. It's a real thing, but you got to be able to have self-discipline, which is something that our people are lacking. I love to have fun, love to get on here, love to crack jokes and all this other stuff. But listen, I know when it's time to be serious. I'm able to gel with people. See, this is the thing that trips me out. I'm gonna let a motherfucker talk all day, say what he needs to say, and let him get it out and everything. But see, it's funny. A lot of y'all, you know, aren't raised with the proper etiquette. Want to cut a person off? Don't let him. You don't want to let that person hear what he got to say. That person should be, begging you to be like, you got any response to that or something like that, and then you go ahead and speak. Some of y'all are quick to speak and slow to listen, and a lot of people turn their backs on you. You take it personal, right? A lot of people that turn their backs on you, guess what? You're seeking their approval. A lot of people that turn their backs on you, you're not sticking to your loyalty of what you're trying to do. You're not sticking to your guns. A lot of people that turn their back on you, you're not working harder or smarter. And a lot of people that turn their back on you, you're not being humble when you prove them wrong. And you need to do the opposite. Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Like the video, share it, subscribe. Hopefully this was able to help you in a way. Till then, man, I'm out.